Welcome once again to the AIIA Navigating Analytics Summit. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Mari Johnson. I'm the Managing Director and Chief Digital Officer for the Centre for Digital Business, AIIA Board Director, and today I'm your MC. I wish to first acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land where we meet today, the Ngunnawal people. I wish to acknowledge and respect their continuing culture and contribution they make to the life of this city and region. I'd also like to acknowledge and welcome other Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people who may be attending today's event. Welcome everyone. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to this event, the third in our series. As you'll see from the program, we have an incredible array of speakers and a program that promises to be both engaging and thought-provoking, and I hope it is thought-provoking. The focus of today, data analytics, builds on our previous summits, which explored the topics of cloud computer in 2012 and big data last year. With more digitised data created in the past 2 years than in the rest of human history, turning attention to how we make sense of all this data for all organisations is of no doubt interest to everyone in the room today, and it's certainly not an IT issue. It is a strategy and organisational and industry issue. Of course, organising an event like this doesn't happen without the support of our sponsors, and I'd like to take the opportunity to thank our sponsors. Diamond sponsor, HP Vertica, Platinum sponsor for the Summit and the Summit Dinner, IBM, Gold sponsor, SAS, Silver sponsor, KPMG, Bronze sponsors, Performance Analytics and Tableau Software. Now, as you must know, I have to make sure that you all know about the housekeeping proceedings for today. We've also dealt with the phone, so if everybody's phone's on silent, that's awesome. Doubly awesome if you've got that hashtag already loaded in your phone. The toilets are located opposite this room on the other side of the convention centre space. Now, today we are live streaming the summit, and I'd like to thank AIIA member Newcast for managing the live stream for us today. The video footage will be available online after the event and can be accessed via the AIIA website. Here's a few facts to consider. With the world generating some 1.7 billion bytes of data, and that's quite a few zeros, equivalent to 360,000 standard DVDs every minute. Data and what we do with it is increasingly a critical issue for all organisations and in fact for all governments. The focus of today's summit is not simply the fact that data is growing at an exponential rate, but the more important issue of what we actually do with it and how we can intelligently make decisions about what that data actually shows us. So in a few moments we will be welcoming the Minister to open today's event, but probably just a couple of things to reflect on while you were here. Really think about what you were hearing today in the various presentations. Whilst at one level, you know, some might see this as an IT issue, I think pretty much everybody sees that this is a pretty significant strategy issue for all organisations. So as you hear the presentations, tweet, think of questions that you might like to ask or might like to ask afterwards, because a lot of the value in the discussions actually happens following the presentations. And we do have a very diverse range of presentations today. So please take that opportunity. Now, I'm just going to ad lib here a little bit and go slightly off script, which is always a very interesting thing to do. But I want you to put into your diaries already next year's summit, and we'll grab that date for you shortly, but it's already being locked in. And the topic for next year's summit is the Internet of Things. So if you think about how we've progressed through the topics over these last several years, the Internet of Things is changing our lives, and building on today's discussion about navigating analytics, the Internet of Things will actually be a completely different experience for not only as we live, but also for governments as well. So you can guarantee that there will be a very, very interesting and compelling summit next year when we look at all various aspects of the Internet of Things. And we'll be providing more detail about that a bit later in the day. So the Internet of Things will be the focus for 2015, and we will be providing more information about that throughout the course of the year. I will continue just to provide some further information about the various events and speakers that we have. I'll continue on to introduce the chairman of the AIIA board, Mr. Wong. Key will be getting the day underway for us today, and I'd like to welcome Key here today, opening the summit. So a little bit of background about Key. Key is the founder and the managing director of Eccentric Innovations, a management and technology consulting company that provides strategic advice and systems integration services in e-business and IT for large enterprises and governments in Australia, New Zealand, the United States and Southeast Asia. So I'm going to welcome Key. Key can provide some opening comments, and then when the Minister arrives, Key will then go on to introduce the Minister. So Key, perhaps if you can come up and maybe open the summit, and we can then welcome the Minister when he gets here.
Thank you, Marie, for that warm introduction. It's always interesting when things don't go to your scripted schedule. And we know ministers are always busy in their day-to-day, so this should be part of our expected sort of a plan B. Good morning, everyone. I'm delighted to be here, and I'm very grateful that you are all busy people and have taken a good chunk of your day to attend the event today. As Marie has pointed out, this is the third in the series of events that we've run, starting with the Navigating Cloud as our first event, followed by Navigating Big Data. We're quite delighted that this has now become a signature event on the AIIA calendar. And Marie has already said that she will provide you with a date for our event for next year, and it will be to do with the Internet of Things. Now, I will also go off script a little bit because the Internet of Things was sort of mentioned yesterday at our AIIA board meeting. And a lot of you would have known that you would be completely in hibernation if you didn't know there's a plane, Malaysian Airlines plane, that is still undiscovered. Now, my comment when the topic of Internet of Things come up was it'd be good for that plane to be part of that Internet of Things. We would probably be able to find it through the Internet. It is such an interesting thing to look at how we actually apply technology today. And many things to do with technology. It's not so much the technology itself, it's the application of it, how we use it. So to Marie's point, lots and lots of data out there floating in the ether. The question is, how do we make use of them to our advantage? And every organization and business have a different view of the same piece of information. So it's quite important for us to hear today. I'm looking forward to. We've got a great lineup of topics and a great selection of speakers who are experts in those topics. Like you, I'm looking forward to their views, more so in terms of the Q&A session, to pick their brains and discover what insights they might be able to share with us. And given we are AIIA, we will be applying technology in today's events. Marie has already given you the hashtag. And as I'm speaking, I think the ministers just walked in, I believe. So it will also be streamed live, I believe, today's event on our website, and you should all by now know very well the hashtag for the Twitter sessions, and look forward to discussions and feedbacks and comments that comes through the Twitter site. And Although our keynote guest speaker today doesn't quite need any introduction, I do have the pleasure today of introducing the Honourable Malcolm Turnbull, MP. Malcolm is the current Minister for Communications and a Liberal member of the House of Representatives. He was Leader of the Opposition from September 2008 to December 2009, and prior to that was Shadow Treasurer. Elected to the Federal Parliament as a member for Wentworth in 2004, Malcolm was appointed Parliamentary Secretary to the Prime Minister, responsible for national water policy, and in 2007 was appointed to Cabinet as Minister for Environment and Water Resources. Malcolm graduated from Sydney University with degrees in Arts and Law. He was a Rhodes Scholar and completed a further law degree at Oxford. Malcolm worked as a journalist both in Australia and UK before he began legal practice in 1980. A bit of a trivia that I've kind of forgotten. He successfully defended the former MI5 agent Peter Wright in his efforts to publish his memoir, Spycatcher. In 1987, Malcolm established his own investment banking firm, and during that time co-founded a number of Australian companies, including Aussie Mail, which was Australia's first significant internet service provider. He joined Goldman Sachs & Co. in 1997 as chairman of its Australian business and became a partner of the global firm in 1998. So please join me in welcoming Minister Turnbull.